Goodness.
I can't remember, is it better to look at the
Was it
camera or at the
recorded?
people in the class?
Uh-oh. We're gonna share our Mac screen on this Zoom. Do you know how to do that? We have all the videos and stuff on there. Is it something you can log into or?
It's like, they just airdrop videos.
Their web?
They just airdrop videos that they're gonna show.
Yeah, Chromecasting.
So,
Right. So we used others probably somewhere, but that was a good like outline for us. We like your PowerPoint. Great.
yeah.
Thing. Yeah, like that's Is that all we use? No, I feel like it's pretty regular. Like it's so. Yeah. Any way you can. Please do keep me posted if I can help.
I don't know.
Oh, of course, good to talk to you. Okay. You know, the PowerPoint? What about the videos? How are we able to do it on the other?
Because I.
Because we had, oh, I see that here, just the note on stuff. Talk. At least PowerPoint.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can. Like, put the videos.
I'm trying to think how we're able to show the videos like to Gina on Zoom, you know? What's that? How we're gonna be able to show the videos to the people on Zoom. We didn't think this through, we did not.
I was sad because we screen shared everything, you know, it's like.
Yeah, it's over, and it was all in person before, I guess. They can put in the group chat on Zoom, on the Zoom call.
You're right, I just wanna,
Oh, you're putting it on like Google Drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
They were joining the Zoom meeting and put it in the chat. Oh yeah, you
go in your Google
Drive, just log in for your account. You gotta do it, because they're on the computer.
Yeah, put everything on the drive and then.
Or just share it with me and I'll open it. Also weird enough to turn them off.
Doesn't really happy until it closes the list, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm so sorry. How'd she do?
Okay, I was too, in 2 weeks.
Why?
Oh, did you guys know you're a master class? Social media.
Wow, I know, y'all are fancy. That's not true.
Well, no, own it.
The peasant class.
She
starts off with
I actually don't know anything about Instagram.
Well, I can,
Hey, you're doing great.
You're crushing it.
I'm stressed.
Well, we could things without you. Should I start while you're going at this?
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
All right. All right, well, Jenny is trying to do the technical things over here. We have a lot of videos like on our phones because it's about Instagram, right? So I sent them all to Jenny, but we don't know how to get them on the screen to show you guys. So that's what we're working on. Since it's a social media class, we wanted to kind of show you guys like what we do. But anyway, we're Ellinger team. I'm Rachel, Will, Jenny, and then Tori's our newest agent. And Jim asked us to do this class basically because we get a lot of leads from social media. And we're just all like super active on it, and then we all kind of have our different styles. So how active are you guys on social media or on Instagram?
I mean, active, but no, I need to be on there more.
Okay.
I would say I post a few times a week and try to do stories daily, but again, fail some days on that.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We just post, I don't do stories.
Okay.
Reels.
Would you be interested in learning how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
definitely.
Same thing. Okay.
Reels do make me feel 1,000 years old when I try to.
Yeah.
do that. I'm like, am I that out of touch? Where I've done a couple, but I'm like, they're not good.
Yeah, we're like slowly getting to that, but we're definitely more versed in the stories, I would say. It's
Yeah.
really where we get most of our leads
Yeah.
from. And we'll kind of show you some ideas of what we do to get people to interact with us on there.
Awesome.
Okay, Jenny, how's it looking?
How many people you have on, 2?
I think just one, the other one's the host. Hey, Gina. Hi,
There she is.
how's it going? I think you're muted or we can't hear
Yeah.
you.
I was attempting to come in for the in-person and checked my ways before I got in the car, and I was like, I don't have 68
Yeah.
minutes to get there.
That's totally fair, we understand. So how active are you on social media, Gina?
I try to do something like every day, but I kind of am in the same sphere as Libby. I sometimes feel a little okay, Libby, you didn't say challenged. I'm saying challenged.
I'll take that. I'll own it.
I sometimes feel a little bit challenged, but I would really like to be more present. And I see Jenny's all the time, and if I see one of hers, I'm kind of like, oh, I need to get on there and do it. It's like a great reminder.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's definitely one of the things too that I think all of us struggle with is when we're working and doing things, we're like, oh, I need to film this.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a foreign concept to be like have your phone just everywhere and filming everything that you're doing, but that's what people want.
Right.
Like they're on their phones because they're bored with their lives and they want to see what everybody else is doing. So they just go on and they're like, oh,
Analysis.
what are they doing today? And who doesn't love looking at like house tours and
Right.
learning about the real estate market? Like even if someone's not in the market, they always want to learn about what's going on.
HGTV's there for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just HGTV on their phones with
Right.
people that they actually know and care about. So I think that's why we've had a lot of luck with it. And also, of course, like generationally, like you can see we're all like in our 20s, and so most of
Yeah.
our followers are our age and they're all on their phones all the time. So that definitely helps us as well. Oh, looks like we might be getting something, Jen.
We got 2.
Yeah, there's 2 of them up there.
Okay.
We're just gonna take these ones.
Will, are these your videos? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's these ones right here.
And then we can share the screen so Gina can see.
Here.
Hey Grace, how's it going?
Hi, I'm here, but I'm gonna be noisy, so I decided to log in.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
You want me to play?
First of all, let's kind of talk about, well, once I have them, kind of our differences of how we work on social media. So I'm very much interactive where I post like quizzes and polls and things to get people to message me. And a lot of it's about like the market, house tours, things like that. So I don't know, you could call it the more like professional, like straight up real estate stories and posts. Whereas Will is like funnier, he's more like a comic on his, which works for the people that follow him. I think it really helps. So we'll kind of show you the difference between those, and that'll give you more ideas of what kind of content to post. Will, do you?
What's going on?
We can show the
The sink one.
The sink,
The
okay.
sink's hilarious.
Yeah.
So that was, I was showing one of my rental clients, Luke, this property. And he was like, yeah, I want something 3 bedrooms, I want something with 2 bath. And so we go in and this is the master bathroom
Oh
sink.
my God.
So,
I love it.
I was like, well, there's definitely, there's
It
definitely a
counts.
master bath.
Right?
So I do like to post stuff and I definitely make sure not to like make fun of a listing or like make it in a negative light.
Right.
But when I see something like this, it's like, it's fun to document. I mean, you can't even put soap anywhere. I mean, like, it's pretty funny, but I do make sure that I don't say like, oh, what a dumb sink, I'm just like, this is funny,
And that was like in the primary bathroom, not even. like,
That was a
yes.
master bath. So,
Dang. So I take it they didn't buy this property?
they did not rent this one. There's a couple other things going on with it. It was right off of Main Street and the driveway was super steep, so it was like,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on, but I do have a couple other from like our team meeting of some other stuff. Like I had one layout where it was the kitchen and you had the oven, the sink and all that. And on the other side of the wall was just a complete like bear claw bathtub and then the laundry room. So it wasn't even a bedroom attached. So like, I always like try to document interesting stuff like that because, it gets people to respond. And then sometimes people are like, oh, like that's a small sink. And then I'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, oh, or like if people saw that Bear Club bathtub off the kitchen, and then I'm like, oh yeah, what would your dream layout be? Or like, so you can get some kind of interactions, funny comments, stuff like that. Someone said, oh yeah, if you spill spaghetti sauce on yourself, you can just jump in the tub real quick.
For a dog bath.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it was pretty deep, but it could be.
They should all do there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is me just, oh,
It should be in that same album that I sent you.
there we go. All right.
Can you,
Oh,
yes,
well,
okay, well, you should share the one.
Okay. This is like
The joke one.
going back to like
This
the more
Yeah.
comedy, like she said, this is us.
Hey, you guys, we have a new listing coming on the market this week.
Oh my God.
Great bones, absolutely. You could move in and work on it while you're doing it. No FHA, no VA, only cash or conventional, please. Hey, you guys, we have a new,
So this was like off of our friend has an island. I know it's a crazy story and I say it so casually, but our friend has an island. This was a property on the island that got destroyed by a hurricane. I just made a video like that as a joke, but once again, it's not super like I'm a realtor, work with me, but it's also like, some realtor humor in that. It makes people reach out. It's a lot more personable. So a lot of my stuff is to try to like be more personable and just like kind of everyday stuff like that. What else do we have up here? Oh, this is Rachel's quiz right here.
Okay, yeah, so this is kind of what I do. I do a lot of house tours and then people love this game. So I'll do the house
That's so
tour
fun,
and
yeah.
then I'll put like, what price do you think it is? And I mean, it's insane. Like I'll get like 50 people or more answering this. And so again, it's just interactive or like someone will say like, I think this one was like 200 and they're like 200 in Kirkwood, like, where is this? Can I go see it? So it just kind of gets a conversation going of,
And how do you put that little thing?
I'll show you.
Okay.
yeah. And this is just a story from like one day. So again, everything I do, real estate all day, I just film it.
Yeah.
So it also shows that you're busy, that you're doing business, so people want to work with you there, or ask you questions. It's not like, oh, I'm just sitting around on my computer all day, like, no, I'm actually out there working in the market. So that gets a lot of attention too.
This is one of the wives.
all right, so we're just gonna do some quick calculations. Just remember, I am not a licensed mortgage lender in the state of Georgia, so these are all ballpark numbers. I can set you up with a lender if you are curious and are looking to buy more precise numbers. So home value across America, the average right now is about 400,000. We've got your $50,000 down payment right here. That means your loan amount will be about 350,000. Interest rate, the national average right now, 6.42. 30 years is the normal loan term. Property tax depends on where you live, what city you're in, but the average is about 2,400. PMI. This is going to be your private mortgage insurance. With PMI, if you are doing under 20% down on a property, you will be paying PMI, which is the private mortgage insurance, until you've paid off 20% of that property. If you do a 20% down payment, then you don't have to pay that PMI off the bat.
So I
Alright,
do
so
these
it-
things called Wise Willie Wednesdays. So every Tuesday I post this question box, which I'm gonna talk about how to post. And this gets a lot of interaction, just like her polls and questions do. So I go on, I'm like, Wise Willie Wednesday, ask me any question. It's not always real estate related. I have some this week that I haven't replied to yet about how do I help with joint pain and like how do I improve my mile time. So I get like stuff from all over. I love running. I do music and stuff. I do real estate obviously. So that's like a lot of the questions that I do get, but I don't limit it just to real estate.
And this is your personal
Yes.
page to clarify. Do you also have like a team?
We do, but it's not really that active.
Yeah, okay, so you have like
Neglected stepchild.
I get it.
We started that, but I mean, when we started that only like during COVID, I think, and at that point, all of us had, hundreds of followers already, so the team page is like, oh, maybe you have 100 followers, whereas our personal pages, we have like, 900,
Yeah.
8,000, whatever, so it just gets way more interaction.
Right,
And our friends are following us, they're not following the team page.
Right.
Because we also post about our normal lives on our regular Instagram, so it's like, oh, they see real estate, but they also see like regular
Right.
things that are happening.
And I think part of that too helps make it more approachable.
Yeah,
Cause like, maybe I'm at a concert and I post about the concert and maybe one day I post about houses. So it's not just overly saturated of just one subject.
That's what I've been told, it's like, you want it to be interesting, because people, if it's just real estate, they may not be interested in that, but you want them to know that you're in real estate.
Exactly.
yes, people wanna work with their friends.
Yeah.
And if you're in real estate and you're good at your job, that's just more inclined
That's
for
gonna
them to
come
work
across,
with you.
yeah.
Exactly. They really just wanna go buy a house from their friends. So that's kind of what we bring and show that like, oh, we're your friends and we know what we're doing, so come work with us.
Yeah, I like that.
Are there any other ones you wanna show up there?
Oh, this is just another, like everyone always talks about the love languages, right? So you have like,
Acts of service?
acts of service. So that's what I was gonna say. This is like an act of service that I do for my clients sometimes, if there's just something quick that a client needs done to help a house sell, like the people who painted this house originally left blue painter's tape around all the vents in the crawl space on the outside and never took them off. So then 2 years of this. So I had to scrape all tape off and then repaint it. So I just like post little things like that. So people are like, oh, like not only is he a realtor, but he's actually like getting his hands a little dirty and helping his clients out. So
I
there
think
you
we did another one where we had to like fix the plumbing and there was like, we had to replace one little piece of plumbing in Rika's house.
Yeah.
Just like small things like that.
Yeah,
That will
so-
show.
and people are like, oh, you're handy, you're doing this. And so that also makes people want to work with someone who's really, putting effort into the house.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then, testimonials, things like that.
Yeah, so this is another one, like I was having a slow week, didn't have a lot going on, so I posted a testimonial and then I was like, oh, in the past 6 months, I've exceeded 1 million in sales. Thank you so much who have trusted me with the purchase or sale of their home during this time. Next goal, 4 million or bust. So just something like that. I usually do stuff like that on a Monday where not too much going on, but people see it, they get excited, they see big numbers. And then, if they want to help me get to that 4 million goal.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
think that's all I have on my stories.
did those other ones upload, Jenny? Can we get another refresh on the videos?
sorry.
There's such a glare, I can't see.
Oh. I'll take that away.
Also, Kimberly, I don't know if you need to go do things or if you can have the whole time, but we could probably.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna get your PowerPoint out.
Okay. I don't know if you want to learn about social media too, or if you work too. Okay.
But I'll let
yeah.
you take over.
Cool.
But the PowerPoint is the next tab over.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Welcome.
And then we'll show you guys just like a couple more. Yeah, I got you, Jenny. And then we'll show you then how to do it. So here's just like, mine are more like day in the life of a realtor kind of thing, so I just post what I'm doing all day. Full display. No? All right. We'll go back to this one. I don't know if we'll play the whole thing. So yeah, house tours with the quiz. Lots of responses.
So do you not have any noise with it?
Usually not, because it's just me walking. And then it's
So-
like a little team meeting now after the showing, we during the team meeting, and then like just more. Great.
Do you put like music or anything? Yeah, just silent.
Sometimes
You
too,
can,
if you do download stuff like with music on Instagram, it'll take the music out because of licensing issues. So if you do download something and then try to repost it, you'll have to repost that music in. But also, yeah, if I'm doing this, I always put the sound off too, because like the clients might be in another room. Like,
exactly,
"Oh, I
that's
really
the
like
thing,
to."
I just
So,
like, look at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean when you record it, there's no noise?
You
Yeah,
can turn the
you can
sound
turn the
off
noise off on the story.
on the video. We can show you how to do that too. And then I do, this is a TikTok actually that I posted, which we're working on TikTok, but I post this on Instagram too.
Which are similar to Reels.
Yeah. Why aren't these playing? Jenny, help.
I heard TikTok's a little easier with music things than Instagram.
Yeah, it's a little easier. It's more user friendly for editing if you want to get real extravagant with your.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
a millennial here.
Well, this is a video that's not playing, but basically I was at, I was looking for properties for a flip investor client, so I just walked through and I was like, okay, it looks like the floors need to be replaced, the deck needs to be replaced, and then I went through with like, how much I think this will cost, would this be a good investment for my client? So just, again, just kind of showing like their knowledge. And then I talked about why he ended up not buying it, because he wasn't gonna make a good profit. Okay, so any questions on like the content or the ideas? Or you guys are gonna kind of dive in and learn how to make them. Does everybody have Instagram on their phones? Okay. Sorry, Gina and Grace, I know it might be kind of hard for you guys to, since we're gonna do it in person on our phones, but if you guys have questions, just call out. Okay,
I think the biggest thing with us, because we push the stories the most, is just how much more like personal interactive it becomes with each person. So if you're thinking of like your 36-point touch or throughout the year, if you have people comment on a video and you guys go back and forth about a couple stuff, that's a couple of touches right there. So you're not singling them out with like a marketing email. It's a little more one-on-one. Is what I like about it.
yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm just gonna take a video. Does everybody know how to take videos on their stories?
I don't know.
We'll find out. Gina, Grace, you guys know how to take videos on your stories?
Thumbs up.
I think so.
Okay,
Okay, show us.
all right, so, okay, I'll start from the beginning. All right, so we're on the home, we're opening our Instagram app. Opening Instagram. And then you just, I don't know the best way to like do this. You just
Should I do that?
swipe right.
Do it up here. and then
Yeah.
can
Yeah, you
it.
do it for them, I'll do it for them.
All right.
All right, so swipe right, yep, everybody has the screen.
So
Yeah, I did not know you could swipe right, actually.
Yeah, or you can click like your
Yeah, the
story, add
plus,
to your
yeah,
story,
okay.
either way.
if everyone can see right here,
Right, what's the price of admission, guys?
home right here,
That is a game changer.
Instagram open.
All right, and
Then
then,
you have story.
You have your home, search,
yeah, so everybody's on the
Post,
story page.
reels,
We're almost there with Will's side.
swipe, was it left? I'm not gonna stage
Swipe
right.
Right.
It's,
Too
oh,
much
left.
time on Tinder.
Damn. Hey, it's good lead generation, though, I swear, for my age, all the single professionals on there. So if you swipe to the right, it'll bring up the stories right there. And there we go, Rachel.
Hey. All right, and then to record, you just hold the white button, and then I'm gonna take a video of Will. And you guys. And now we have the video.
You guys got that?
I just took a picture. But didn't take a-
Hold it.
Yeah, if you-
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
just hold the white button. Instead
Oh,
of-
hold
If
it.
you click on it, it'll be a picture if you hold it. Correct.
So hold it.
And if you wanna turn your, so right now it's taking a
Right,
video of
right.
you.
Right.
If you wanna turn yourself around,
Oh, yeah.
then
So we'll get rid of that
So go
video, we'll do
back.
another one. So I'm holding the
This
middle.
card. Yep, and then then you just press that.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
if I wanted to
if you
flip
wanna
it
hold the
around,
White, it'll take a
Okay.
video.
Alright,
So I think I took a picture.
you just hit here to flip the camera.
why is it doing it?
So try, let's see, we'll discard this again. So just, so hold it and you're like pan.
I'm gonna post
So.
this on the story.
So we've got,
I understand what you do, yeah.
so I'm holding it. So see how it kind of changes?
Yeah.
You don't move your finger, you just
I'm
hold.
saying.
So when you were going through the house, did you do it from your video on your phone or did you do it from this?
I do it from this.
So you're just holding that the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
You can also
Yeah,
do
you
a video on your phone
And then
and upload it.
Okay.
There you
But
go.
you do it just straight through the.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
I should
here's
have
the
video.
question, is there a way to do it through this and not, you know how it automatically saves to your phone? Like anytime you like post, you know what I mean? If you,
Mine
like-
does not.
That, I'm
because you
trying to
can
figure out how to not.
Yeah,
It's
you
under
can
the
change
settings, under the
settings.
app, well, like if you go to the settings on
Yeah.
your phone.
So look, it's like, yeah.
It's still
That drives
videoing
me nuts, like, it's too much.
Yeah, so you just took a video, that's great.
Okay, so settings and open up Instagram.
You did it.
Figure out.
It's still going?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking it just keeps playing over and over
So
for
it just
myself
repeats
until I.
itself.
Oh,
You're gonna
okay.
teach me the ads.
All right,
and
Yes,
words.
so it just like keeps running the video
gotta
just
go
so you can
back.
review it,
It'll, yeah,
Save
Um,
draft.
you can
Let's
save
just
it
do
if you
and then we'll go to the next.
So it's
section.
right here.
Yep.
Okay,
Alright, so.
Everyone's got their video?
yeah. Got the video.
We good? Alright, so now for the fun things. So if you wanna turn the sound off, there's a little button up here with the speaker. You just press it.
Mine doesn't have that.
Say it again, what?
Oh, maybe your microphone isn't on. Or it's
Oh,
not
look, I
connected
saved
to
it
your.
as draft, so now what?
So if you wanna bring it back up, you just click on it.
Is that an Android or?
It might put,
If you go to
your
volume
settings
up
to
button
turn
on
on
the
your
side, a lot of
microphone
mine are
or
silent,
something.
and then when I
So if you
actually
wanna
hit
turn
the volume
sound
button.
Oh, no, but
Okay.
there's no,
I mean, I
no
can
button on
follow
hers to
Siri
turn
and all
that.
that.
No,
Like
but
on
it
the side.
Did you say it again? Well, I don't want this one on.
No,
Shut up.
I know, but you wanna know how to do it.
Hit that, so if you hit
Alright,
that
got that.
button.
This one?
I bet it's your settings, your microphone's probably.
yeah,
turned
your
on
microphone's
Instagram.
probably off for your
Yeah,
stories.
turn it up and see if you even. Yeah, your microphone might be off, so.
Well, I don't want Siri listening to me, so. I do
This is
have
what we're
that.
going over now. So we have our video and we're just talking about if you wanna turn sound off or on, you just press that speaker button
But you said I want it off anyway.
at the top.
Yeah, but just like if you wanted to do other videos for you.
Hey, Rachel,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Then I need to go.
is there any way that Will can stop or you guys can stop sharing the screen that has all his videos on there?
Oh.
'Cause then your screen would be bigger. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
So you can then control the sound.
Oh, go under.
Aha.
Under
Is that
the
better?
settings. So
perfect. Thank you. Now I can see you guys bigger.
Alright, so we have our videos up and we're just
Yeah.
talking about how you can turn sound off if you want.
Okay, perfect.
We're gonna
Thank
go through
you.
the button. We're gonna go through the buttons at the top.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
beautiful. So now.
Oh, so did I lose my?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
make
now
make
what?
another video real quick.
Right,
Oh,
so
I did. Okay,
once
I
you
gotta
get
make another
past
video.
the video or the sound one, the next one is a little square box with like a person in it.
Okay,
And that's how, if you click on that, you can add branded content if you get paid for ads. So we're not gonna go through that one.
I'm trying to get a Dunkin' sponsorship.
You tag
Hasn't worked
Dunkin',
yet.
you can
Okay,
put
I
Amazon
missed
in
everything
there,
you
like,
said.
if you're trying to get paid through apps.
Uh-huh.
But we're talking about the little square with the person in it, that's if you would need to add branded content. So like, he's trying to get sponsored by
Which one?
Dunkin', so every time it's a Dunkin' coffee, he adds Dunkin' in there.
right.
Wait, how,
This
oh,
one?
like I go in the search.
Oh, you don't
and
have to
say
say Dunkin'.
Dunkin'?
On the, if you go down.
We don't, you don't need
Swipe
this
down.
one for our,
Okay,
for our things
okay,
today.
I just
So
added
you have
on
your
location,
sound effect and-
Yep.
added question.
That's interesting.
Alright, and then if you tap on the big A and the little A, which is the next one over, that's when you can
No,
type.
no, I just, you told me to hit the little face, I thought.
Yeah, there's another one, this one right here, that's for, but you don't have that option.
But that's okay, you don't need it. We don't really use that one so much.
Alright, so
Um,
everyone's got their video,
Uh-huh.
sound control, if you want.
Alright, so the next one is the big A, little a,
Uh-huh.
which is how you can type things like, you know, like team meeting. I can spell it.
So
What did you do? What did you say again?
You
The
type what
A.
is the big,
So I just,
right
yeah,
here,
so
the
you can
type.
press that, or you can just click on the screen and do it as well.
okay.
And you can change your fonts and your colors. And if you wanna get rid of something, so I'm gonna delete that, you just hold it and drag it to the trash can.
Hold it where?
Hold it,
Hold it in square,
yeah, so go back to the main screen, so hold it,
this,
yep, and then drag it down.
oh, like. Okay, got it.
There you go,
Basically.
and then it'll disappear.
Oh,
Alright, now for the really fun stuff.
that's fun already.
So now we're gonna go to the little sticky note with the smiley face, and this is where you can do anything. So you can add location, like, okay, I'm showing my home in Marietta, I'll put Marietta. You can add mentions, so I always mention my real estate page, your team real estate, and then if they're in it, I'll mention them, so they can also put it on their Instagrams. If you mention somebody, they can put it on their own story, so it just gets more and more views.
How do that you repost a story?
Okay, so I'll show you.
Because I figured out I know how to share a post, but I can never figure out how to share.
Alright, so I just mentioned Ellinger Team Real Estate.
Right.
I'm doing this one because I have access to it.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna post it to my story, which is just the bottom button, hit your story.
Yeah.
And then when I go to the other Instagram, or
Yeah.
like if I tag Will, he would go on his, it'll end up either here where it notifies that you've been mentioned. You can also,
Oh, I see.
yeah, actually, let's do it that way. Mentions,
Yep,
and you say, okay, and then add to your story.
gosh, okay.
So now it's on the Ellinger.
But it has to be, you have to be tagged,
You have to be
Yes.
tagged.
so you can't share just any random.
You
It's a-
can if they're public. If their account is private, it will not let you share it.
Not stories, though, only posts.
I think, yeah, that's what I was thinking, I don't,
Posts, you can share any.
if it's, yeah, but if it's stories
It
unless.
depends on, yeah, if it's public or private.
Now, how did you do, is this where you did the
Quizzes.
quizzes?
Yes.
And is that like cause I just did questions,
But you do quiz.
You do
quiz.
quiz,
Oh, or
yeah.
you do- there's a,
You-
there's
And
a,
then you can add, how do you add more?
Yeah, quiz is, it's kind of down.
Yeah, it's the fourth in the middle is the quiz.
Oh, okay, and you can add.
So this is where I'll do like the let's play, and then you can type.
Oh, it's funny, they have all these prompts too, if you.
Is
wait,
Rachel
where is,
cool?
what would I name a pet term? Oh, here it is.
No. So when you say tag, meaning like if I put in, is that equivalent to hashtag or no?
So that's different. If you're trying to tag another person's Instagram, you
Right.
do mention.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
If you do
trying-
hashtag, it doesn't do anything.
I'm
really.
trying to delete this question and it's not.
So hold it. And then, so if you hold it and then you drag it down, you'll see a little trash can bin at the bottom. You just place it in there. So that- And you gotta, it'll like kind of get bigger.
Okay.
No, not working. So close, there you go. And then just put your thumb over the trash can. Okay. Might be the nails. The nails make it hard to work
So
on the phone.
if you put it on your story, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. If you put it on your story versus closest friend, your story will be public, is that correct?
If your profile is public, it will be, but if your profile is not public, it'll still go to everybody you know. Close friends is the people that you interact with the most, so it's very few. So I would,
And you can kind of choose your close friend list if you really want to get into it, but
Yeah, that's too much.
yeah.
yeah, I recommend not doing close friends for real estate things, only
Yeah,
for
just
like
put it on
really
your
embarrassing
story.
things that I don't want a lot of people to see, but I want my close friends to laugh at. I'll do that.
Right.
But obviously, if it's public, that's better. More people will see it. If you do it for your story, not your close friends, more
What
people
is
will
the
see it.
bill?
So do you have yours, just question, do you have yours as public or you have?
Mine's
yours
public, yeah.
public?
But the thing that's annoying about being public is you get a lot of bot activity. So
Yeah.
I have to block a lot of people,
Yeah,
just bots, like people, hackers, things like that. So you
Yeah.
have to be like really on it if you're gonna be public.
But if you do want full exposure as a realtor, I I do recommend being public.
Yeah.
Because then if people have to request you to see stuff, they might not even know you're a realtor because your stuff won't be as visible.
What is the filter that people use that when they're taking a video of themselves, it makes them look perfect? Paris.
Snapchat filters.
Oh,
So
no,
Snapchat.
so
And then
there's,
you save the
I know.
video and
There
there's
are-
one.
No, there is.
there are filters as well.
I use beach cam camera is the one that I use. Yeah, I'll show you what I actually have a story up right now that has my filter on it.
Yeah, I think we all are big fans.
This is my beach cam camera, so
Oh,
I just use my
yeah.
Skin Flawless, right?
Yeah.
So it's called Beach Cam Camera by Sophie. I can add it for you if you want. But there's a bunch.
I really like, the one I use is the Aesthetic 5.
People
Just
just
like-
make these, so
It makes
there's
things like
so
the
many.
colors are just a little cooler.
Where is it?
Right.
Like,
And
there's
how
like a lot
about
of blues that makes
So
it,
we can go over how to add that. So
Where's
these
that
are-
option?
so.
I'm trying to
So if
remember.
I share it to my
What's the
story,
video
what does that
stuff?
mean? That it's gonna
Oh.
erase later or it's gonna?
No, it's gonna go to your story, so people will,
Yes.
it'll come up here for people.
So you
Oh,
have little
okay, so I
stars.
should just share that if I want to share.
If you wanna share
You
it.
can swipe through, these are
Yeah.
just like some.
What is this?
Oh, yeah. This is the one with
So,
that girl
this is
on
asking
it.
if you
Oh
want
my
also
god,
post it to
I did
Facebook.
that.
Yeah,
And
This
that's
is
up to
like,
you. Do you want
makes
people on
me look
Facebook to
like
see
$1
it?
million.
I'm just trying to try this.
and then you can,
Swear to
What is
God.
this?
So you just hit
It's like
done.
take all the makeup out. You don't
So
even need
now
to
it's
do
on your
makeup.
story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
And then
press
I-
that.
and you can also.
Where it says
you
your
go through
story,
these, and
and
then
you'll
you can
see.
also, there should be like a little search, there's a little. search bar
Okay, so
all the way
where
to the
are
end.
we gonna add this filter that makes
Okay.
it look like a beach?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember
Can't do
how to
all
add
of
these.
us.
There should be a little search thing.
How do you search for the? Well, no, this is better.
Mine has a search.
This, the.
Are you looking
I'm
for the
telling you,
filters?
that girl, I
Yeah.
love that.
It's on the side, right?
You try to
So
find
good.
filters.
One of those buttons on the side.
Oh, I need to go back
It's,
to
Stories.
No, see it.
Classic.
Will's on it.
This is your filters right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can also do it right away.
Like this.
Yeah.
You can browse this next, got it.
Yeah, and then all the way towards the end, there should be a search bar that says browse text. And then you can search for like one. thing
Okay.
if you'd like.
Like where,
So you
I
can
got this, I got this, I got
And
this.
these are
I
like
got
summer, Manhattan,
Pro.
fun ones,
or I
trending,
can I search for
Yeah.
the beach scene?
exactly.
Beach Stand Camera by Sophie.
How do you get to this search? It's at the
So,
very end.
I think, okay, so I do have a business
Yeah.
account and I don't think I can. On your business account? I don't,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
it.
really?
There
Let
you
me
go.
see.
So. is
I know
now
that
on
they
there
restrict
or,
some
like,
things with the
forever?
business account, I just
So-
already had it and it's got enough followers, I just do my business account.
Libby, is that your list
Oh, here you
by
go.
Libby account versus your personal account? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, because I couldn't do some things on my Sold by Gina Marie,
And press
but I
that,
can do them on my personal.
and then you
Thank you, Judy.
can, you can search.
Gotcha, okay. And you can save them as some as favorites?
Yeah, so all the ones that I use are all saved, so
Now it's
like,
saved.
Yeah.
I've saved all of these. Right.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
there it is right there, so I'll just search it. Yeah, that's the one, that's,
Okay, so that's the one that
that's the one I
I'm
use.
gonna try it.
And we're
It
trying
makes
to
your
use-
skin
what'd you
flawless.
say?
Wait,
You know all that.
Who said flawless? What is that one?
No, it's
called
not the
Beach
one.
Stand Camp.
Alright, so to do this, you gotta start your story over and add it from the beginning.
Oh, to use these.
Yeah, to add one, so
Oh,
you
what
can
is
still use
that?
those now, but if you wanna add a new one, you have to go from a blank slate.
So you can't save it like that. if I do it.
You can for that one, but if you wanted to add a new filter, that's like not on there already, so one that somebody's created, then you'll start your story from beginning. So, go back. to that.
Rachel, what was the name of your filter that you like so much?
Beach Cam Camera by Sophie.
I'll post it in the,
Okay, so
are
scroll
you
all the
sharing
way
it,
over,
right? You post it in the group. And then
the bottom.
chat on the,
Oh,
in the Zoom.
Sorry.
Hang on.
oh.
How I put it in the
And
chat.
we'll get it to the end. Okay, so
Search.
search,
Oh, okay, got it. You got it. Okay,
yeah, and you can search, save,
okay. So we'll just do. See if that's one. You click on it, plus.
Mhm. Oh, no, go back. So you click on save, which is this little flag.
This.
And now it'll be in your saved.
Is it
So when
each
you go
10
back,
camera
it'll
or
be on
each
the
10
bottom.
camera?
Each 10 camera. Nice Sophie. We're all gonna have the same filter. There's so many, there's so many.
This
There
is
we
it.
go.
Yep, exactly.
Got it.
So now it'll be on the front every time you post a video. Okay.
What are these things up here? What are these little things up here?
So I think those will like do crazy things to your face.
Like the facial tuning or whatever.
Something like that,
The
yeah.
girl is amazing, I'm telling you, that
Which girl?
lady, whatever it is, she's cracking me up.
I'll go over real quick,
But then we'll see you in person and be like, oh.
I'm just gonna go
Yeah,
over
like,
the cloud of
state
different
agent,
questions.
I have a funny story about that. I did a
Yeah.
Shane camera for a whole story and then I put it on
She's the only
TikTok
girl,
and
yeah.
got like a ton of views. And then I did another one where I didn't have the filter and it was like, and I didn't get any. I was like,
So
oh.
literally, I was talking today and the guy I handed him this flyer and he's like, is this you? And I was like, wow, time to update my headshot. It's not that old. I was like,
People just don't appreciate natural beauty anymore.
I know,
and
like,
it's so
I got glasses
disappointing.
under, is it really that different?
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay,
oh.
guess I need to update my headshot.
Okay, so now let's talk about how to post posts to your story. So a lot of times, like Jenny will put our canvas on our Ellinger team real estate profile. And I'll show you how to post that on the story.
Say it again, say it again.
So Jenny will make Canva posts and put it on our Ellinger team Instagram. So like these kinds of things.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you know, just listed. So if you see a post that you want, and you can do it from anybody's, like whether you have a real estate, if there's like an Atlanta event that you want to publish on your story, things like that. So you'll just click on the post and press the little share, like a, what is that, like a
Send mail, airplane.
yeah, airplane, paper airplane logo. And then you just hit add post to your story. And now it's on my story. And then people can click on it.
Repeat that. And we all blah, blah, blah.
Alright, so let's say you wanna share
This
one.
one.
Yep, so you press the little airplane and
Okay.
you hit add post to your story.
Oh, I see.
And then it's there. And then you just share it to your story and then people can click on it and
Alright.
see your new listing
This
or your
difficult.
testimonial or whatever it is you posted.
Got it.
So that's another way for content.
I'm like, can you see it? I don't know, can,
Your
I don't even
face is about to
know.
hit the camera.
Yeah, stories stay for 24 hours.
That's perfect, Will, right there.
Okay, so adding a post to the story,
Where's my video?
I'm going to my personal and just like grabbing a photo of me. You hit the airplane photo
So swipe to the left.
or the airplane icon right here,
And it'll.
and then you can add that post to your story at the top right here.
In your drafts. You can press that, or you can just.
And then I
Okay.
did that. So if you ever have like a just listed photo or a closing that you really want to share, you can post it on your Instagram, and you can also add that post to your story to get some more traffic, more views. And then
Okay.
hit that your story button, and all of a sudden now I'll be on my own story because I love myself.
Okay, good.
Why is the airport packed? It was yesterday too, I saw.
Oh, it was
Oh no, I have to go to Denver. tomorrow.
Yeah, is it, are you until scoop?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was like a couple of days ago.
is it people coming in or?
I don't know, it was weird, I saw it too, cause I just
Oh,
walked back.
think about Taylor Swift.
I don't think
people are talking about it. I don't know. I mean, I would think they would be driving if they're coming. No, we're crazy. People are crazy. Atlanta's always crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
This is flying out. It says if you're flying out. People trying to escape all the Taylor Swift.
Honestly, fair. Maybe that's why it's so
You're
busy.
not using hyaluronic acid, you're gonna reflect it. Okay, you know it.
Instagram. Your phone's listening to you, you're gonna get like 20 more ads for that later.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. So how I do the questions. I'm just gonna show you how to respond to
Oh,
those
yeah, yeah,
questions
yeah.
on
Okay.
every
Oh,
post.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
I guess I'll do it from here. We got here, so I'm gonna take a quick photo, just real quick, for my story. then I'm gonna go to that little smiley face Post-it note button.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a questions box. So you go to the questions box and it'll say, ask me a question. You can turn that into, you can change that caption.
It's the second one down on the left, questions.
I usually do Why is Willy Wednesday or something like
And
that.
you can change, where it says ask me a question, you can change the words.
So once you make that question box, I'm gonna make it, and if you want to just respond to it,
Yeah.
and then I can just show them how to respond, so. Why is Willy Wednesday? And then everyone who sees your story, it says viewers respond here. That's where they're gonna click to ask the question. So I'm gonna post this real quick, put it to my story. Now Rachel will answer.
All right, I'm going to
The
the
question
story.
box.
So I'm watching a story. Professor Willie today, Instagram 101. It didn't show up yet. Did it upload?
It should be up.
Okay, here we go. All right, so
Where's the
this,
question? Sorry.
so if you go to the sticky note,
Okay.
all right, press the sticky note,
Okay.
and then.
Okay, so I
Oh,
did a
question.
question.
Yeah, I did it.
Is that where we are right now?
Exactly, that's exactly
So
where we're
this is
at.
what I'm seeing from my Instagram when I look at Will. So here are Rise Willie Wednesdays, and now I can type something. I don't know which.
Oh, because you're following him, are you?
Yeah, I follow him.
I didn't follow him.
You don't have one type, but,
I know.
So it has on it like.
Will, what's your last name? I want to follow you.
question. And I'll
so-
have it on his story.
Or how are you listed on Instagram?
My Instagram is, it's just Willie.Monroe. So WILLY.MUNRO.
Gina, I will message it to you because I follow you now.
Oh, good. Thank
I-
you.
I just requested you, so you have to approve it first, and then I'll send it
Okay.
to you.
All right, so everyone's got their little question box up?
Yes.
All right,
It says on the bottom, type something.
exactly. So do we all follow each other? Should we all just follow each other real quick?
Wait,
And then
how
we
do
can
you spell Willie Monroe?
WILLY.MUNRO.
Oh, M-U.
Yeah,
Okay,
That's
and
the original
ages
spelling.
ago, somebody that was teaching an Instagram class told me to not follow a bunch of realtors on Instagram because it'll mess with your algorithm and you won't be,
don't agree with that.
I don't
Yeah.
I'll
think
tell you
so.
why.
I think because your networks, yeah.
right?
I think it's better to follow a bunch of realtors
Yeah.
because each of us has a different strength and we
Right.
can all learn.
Like content
from each other,
ideas,
and, like,
yeah,
Yep.
If someone has like
All
a really
love
funny
realtors.
video, yeah.
I
right.
think the important thing is, like we mentioned earlier, just try not to only post about real estate. Make it so your algorithm has other like
Things,
content
right.
on it, because other
Right.
than people from other accounts that check you out are gonna say,
Right.
oh, what a cool account. It's a lot of like,
And
Right.
what I was told is not just about what you follow, if you want to show up in other people's and you want other people's to show, it's what you go and look at and comment on.
Mhm.
exactly.
About,
There's a thing we used to
Right.
talk about in lead gen where it was like every morning part of the lead gen was like, I'm gonna comment on 5 photos, I'm gonna like things, and I'm gonna share 5 posts.
right, and all of that filters into your
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn.
Everyone's got their question box up?
It's,
Okay,
it's not easy, I mean.
okay, now what do I do? I'm following you, and so now where are you?
So,
So you can go to his stories.
Oh, here you are, okay.
And then, so yeah, that's a Why Willie Wednesday that we put yesterday. So you can type something and ask him a question. And then he'll respond to it on his story. Whatever. We're just using it as an example.
Okay, did that show up? Did you get that?
all right, yep, I get it. The hat question mark.
Well, cause you said, why do you look like a grumpy old man?
So that was probably from the yesterday.
Why Willie Wednesday.
Maybe it's the hat.
What's his name?
So I'm gonna show you guys.
Okay, so go back to Instagram.
How do you get rid of this?
Just press this, press up here. Oops. Alright, so we're gonna go, so press the search button.
Okay.
And it's WILLY dot MUN. No, yep, that's the first one.
Okay.
And I follow it.
Okay.
And then you click the story, you'll see where you put the question.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can ask the question I ever want.
All right, so now that the questions are in, under your notifications, so did you guys post a question too by any chance? Because then I can just
Hold on,
comment on the
I
question.
just did.
Okay,
I did on your like example one.
all right, so now if you go to your notifications.
Is that where the
All
heart
right,
is?
so, yeah, so. I didn't respond to any of your guys' questions, but
Where?
under the notifications, it'll show you that someone responded to that question.
Where's the notification?
Of that heart, so this heart right here,
Yeah,
And
so
then it's-
go back to your homepage.
like somebody liked my
Not
story
heart.
I
Oh, I
posted 10 minutes ago. See?
Okay.
It works. You got a client. Because most people just skim through stories even though you know they see it, but to like it means, ooh, and it wasn't, it's an interaction. You guys are popular.
And then another way that you can either view the questions that people have asked on your notifications, or if you click on the story with the question box
Uh-huh.
and you go up, it'll show all your stuff right here.
Where? Say it again?
Um,
Go
So,
back to where?
did you post a question with the story yet?
Oh, I did, no, I
Okay.
did not. I just went to, I did it.
Okay,
on
so this is
yours.
how it'll look on.
Okay,
So you can either go to
Oh, this is me.
notifications.
Yeah,
and this
right
is the other one. Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
And then if you also, if you click on the story too, you can go up, swipe up, and you'll see your questions there.
Swipe up,
And
okay,
this is where it'll say reply, so you can
got you.
reply to your questions here.
Got it.
Did you show them
And
yet?
do you think I need to make my thing public? But what if I?
It's up to you.
I guess I'll never learn what bots and stuff are until I go public.
Well, you'll see them, it'll be like,
Hi.
I made
Yeah.
$1 million in crypto this week, like, follow me for your, and
Where's
it's like
that
very
word?
obvious.
Where does that come up?
Or it'll be like, hi, darling.
They'll message you.
They'll either message you or comment on your posts,
Okay.
but it'll be
Yeah,
very
send
obvious.
What if they
to
comment on my
Comcast
post, what do I do?
or something. Yeah, you can ignore it. I always block
just
them,
block
so
them,
leave me
yeah.
alone.
Yeah, but if you, the more comments you have on something does help with your algorithm, so
So just ignore the
you
comments.
can ignore the comments
and
and
then
it'll boost
I
your
don't
post.
check my messages, so.
Just
You'll
don't
want
wanna
to
check
again,
your
Ignore the comments? What are you saying? Ignore the comments?
If
Yeah.
it's a bot. Yeah,
Oh,
just leave it.
Just leave it.
But it's obvious it's a bot.
But also I'll say like, even though my Instagram is public, all of my interaction is people that I know. It's like very, very rare that I'll just get somebody random. So it's definitely more for those people. Even sometimes I'll make it private just to make the bots go away sometimes. Because it's annoying and it really doesn't change.
For everybody on TV land, I'm gonna try to do this. But so here's my story with, that's what Michelle Byers used to always call it in the
TV
team
land.
meetings. She'd be like, how's everyone in TV land doing? So I made the question right here, and if you swipe up on the question, all the questions that people have written in will be up here. And on the questions,
Did you respond to me? How will I know that you responded to me?
I will respond, it will notify you. So you
And
were the,
examples of like what Will's doing is like, who's looking to buy real estate in 2024? Or or what are
So you
people
said the
thinking
hat,
about
right?
Street market?
Yeah.
Do you have
Okay.
questions about
so I'm gonna
real
reply
estate?
to that right now.
Things
Okay.
like that.
And under the question, it has a reply box right here.
Okay.
So I'll click on that. And this is where it gets, there's a couple processes, but so go to the story with the box.
Yep.
Go up here
And you can reply.
and you can reply to the box.
And is that gonna be in a message that you reply or?
So
on
you
a
can
story?
do on the story, share
you do
response,
either, yeah.
or you can message.
Yeah, got it.
So sometimes if it's like,
If it's like a public, you want everybody to see it and just
Exactly.
share it. If it's more
if
like.
someone's like, how do I make my tabs feel better? Well, I don't know if I can use
Right,
that
yeah, probably
information.
not, yeah.
But then, yeah, so you hit share response, you can do a video or you can do a photo.
And I know I've done it before, but remind me when you're doing a video and you want the text that you're saying to come up.
So that's gonna be under
Is that something
captions.
We made on Canva.
You made it on
Um,
Canva.
Yeah, have you ever used
So-
Canva before?
Let's
My
see, I'm
son
gonna
is
make a
trying to
video.
teach me.
That's where we make all of our.
I know I've done it, but I just can't remember.
Mostly Jenny.
I like
makes
the hat
them.
'cause the
Jenny
hat
taught
is
us how to
cool.
use it.
Okay, and you make,
You make
And
them
you're
on
gonna
there.
go
whatever
to
that
your
is.
Post-it note,
what would you call that?
and there's a caption. section.
Caption, okay, perfect, yeah.
And it just takes a little
A
while.
graphic.
Yeah, it was like the
Sometimes it
picture of
might
the
mess it up
house and it said
slightly,
under
it's-
contract, and
Yeah,
at the
the
bottom it
graphic.
had his,
the team information and his picture.
Yeah, so when you like go into Canva, you can hit templates, and if you search like under contract, open house, like you can see a bunch of,
There's a bunch of
and then you can customize it from there.
upload pictures,
Yeah.
change the text, etc.
And you called it a graphic.
I call it a post because we just post them on Instagram.
Yeah.
But Jenny really knows what's going on with
Whatever
Canva.
floats your boat.
And how did you learn? You just by trial and error and just doing it?
Just from previous jobs, I like learned about it and used it, and then I've just transferred that knowledge to here.
She taught us how to use it. What other questions?
I was gonna say something too about
Oh.
the captions. I was showing Libby how to do the captions. When you add captions to your story, it just adds a whole another dynamic, because a lot of times people have their volume off.
Volume off, yeah.
If they're, a lot of people check their phones at
yeah.
work or
When it shouldn't be,
when
yeah,
it shouldn't
yeah.
be. So whenever I'm doing informative stuff, I always hit that captions button, so then they can read along with the story.
Oh, where is that? Where
And
is
so,
That's in the,
that? Okay.
it's in the sticky note along where the
Sticky
questions
notes,
are, where the quizzes
So-
are.
how's everybody up here? Can you see it?
Here, I'll do one.
Yes. Now, hey, Willie, when you do captions, do you do it while you're taking your video, or do you save it and then go back and hit
So-
captions to record it?
Once you take the recording, there's a little button that like automatically kind of does it for you. Sometimes some of the words, it depends on.
Do you want me to do an example real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm here at the team meeting. Everybody say hello. Hi. And we're going over how to use Instagram today. All right, so that's my video, right? That I just took. You just go to your sticky note, press captions.
There's the sticky note, the happy sticky note. There's a captions
There
button,
you go. And now it's there.
and then it'll say transcribing audio.
Right.
Does it ever mess up?
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
my
so-
You
voice-
can like edit the
It
text.
messes up.
Yeah,
So
you-
I have it here.
Ah,
And then I double clicked. So I can be like, I can change the words.
Yeah, so you can go in and edit it, and also like a lot of
Just
people,
click on it.
if they use colorful language, there's actually a button that you can use to like
Yeah.
bleep certain words
Colorful
out,
language.
which we would not do.
So,
in-
of course, right.
Business.
I feel like my accent, I know when I'm doing voice to text, it always messes up.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same, but I mean, people are listening to you, so even if, like, a lot of times I don't even edit my captions because they're listening to me if it's a typo, like. I'm too lazy to change it. But you can definitely fix it for sure.
Well, it's better to just do than be perfect, right? Like just
Yeah.
better. to
Yes,
be-
exactly, and that's honestly, I think something people like is the authenticity of, you're just a regular person, this is your job. So instead of it being like influencer where everything has to be perfect, that's kind of not really the
goal.
style
Yeah.
of what people are interested in now. I think social media's changed a lot where people prefer more organic and authentic people to follow. So I think that just helps with that. Obviously, the typo, you can't change, it's not that big of a deal, but
Yeah.
definitely being more genuine, I think has helped our brand for sure.
Well, I know that some of my voice to text, it's like, oh gosh, I did not mean to say that.
I think that's a little different.
Okay.
If you're like trying to text about a contract, and it's totally wrong or something, you're like, oh.
What about, how do you have like a technique, how do you get more people to follow this?
So for following,
That's harder.
I'm kind of just a social butterfly. I am never home, so I'm always out meeting people. If I go to concerts, bars, if I even have a conversation with somebody, even if it's more than like 3 sentences, I'll be like, hey, what's your Instagram? So I'll do a lot of that kind of stuff. Another way, I mean, you can go through, there's a lot of like hashtags, which, I mean, if you do like a real estate hashtag, obviously it's probably gonna be mostly realtors that you find. But I think,
And look up your clients and follow their.
Yeah.
Follow that.
Follow
Yeah.
your, well, not only follow them, follow who they follow, because it's their people, and when they post that they bought a house,
Right.
they
Yeah.
tag you and you want their people to know.
so it's like, yeah, you can go through like, yeah, your clients' followers, or, you know, obviously if you have clients or if you're at a networking event, just as many people as you can.
Yeah.
I would just try to get those, you know, get it spread out.
all of our followers are very organic, like they're our friends or friends of friends. people that
Friends of
we
friends
meet.
of friends.
Yeah, we don't really do a lot of trying to get followers. We more do, again, these are the followers that we have, how are we gonna interact with them best
Right.
to make deals happen.
Because there are some people that do pay for followers,
Right,
but they have less interaction. There might be someone that paid for 20,000 followers, but if most of them are bots are not interested, they're not gonna have that same interactions that someone with 100 quality followers.
Yeah, it's kind of the same goes for, okay, if you get a bunch of leads from the internet from, okay, you're gonna convert 1 out of 50, whereas if you get 5 friends, you're gonna convert 1 of 5. So it's kind of the same thing with how we use Instagram, is we focus more on our sphere of influence than getting people that we don't know, because they're more likely to work with you.
Another thing I've noticed too is whenever you go to a restaurant and you do that location tag for that, you can tag that restaurant.
Yeah.
And then that restaurant will put that on their story. Like I was on Alon's Bakery. If you know them, they have
Yes.
a Buckhead location that we were at for a team meeting. I posted on it. I said I was at Alon's, and they shared my video of us having a team meeting on their Alon's page, like on their story.
oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So if you're just like start tagging people, including more people, they'll promote you, you promote them, and it kind of,
Organic.
yeah, exactly.
And if you say something like Elon's, like you could have said like real estate team meeting, and then then the people that watch Elon's are like, oh, this guy's a realtor. My username is your realtor friend, which I think has helped me because people that there's no realtor, it's not my name. So that helps too.
Yeah.
What other questions? I think we're kind of getting towards the end of our time
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I think that's, it's been awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's great.
That's
Thank
right
you.
there, thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, if you
We're
guys
greatly
follow us,
appreciative.
yeah, message us on Instagram if you need help.
Yeah, 'cause, I remember,
So do you find from, like you said, so I have different group of people that are like, you know, that.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
no problem. If you have any questions, DM us, let us know.
I sure will. Thanks so much.
What was her?
What do you
follow her
find in
in
terms of
trying
age
to
of people
share my
that
screen
they're
again.
using Instagram?
On Instagram.
Hey, Chrome.
But
I
I
actually-
know that.
Okay.
It's like pretty-
Are you Rachel?
Yeah,
There's a lot of
so I'm
young
your
people, but,
realtor friend, and then this is Jenny's.
My mom has Instagram, my mom's trying to follow me. they're in their
yours are.
60s.
Yeah,
Um,
okay, so
And
you see that,
they,
yeah,
they love like,
Yeah.
so everyone always says like, if you're never feeling pretty, your mom's friends on Facebook will let you know, you know, because it's like
Yeah.
very,
My mom
very
comments on
supportive.
everything.
So,
Yeah.
like even just my mom's, you know, she'll share something of mine, then her friends follow me. So there are all kinds of age groups now on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Um,
so,
Your mom has me.
do
I
you,
know she
do
does.
you know who I am? I don't know if you know who I am, I'm Shelley and you know my son Brandon Capuano?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right,
Or
okay.
Joey.
I knew you looked
all know.
familiar, yeah.
That's me. Yeah, so, I mean, so it's interesting, so the reason why I follow my kids, because then I know what's going on in their life. So
Yeah.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
when I
swear to
started
God.
flight attending, that's when my mom got
It's
on
like-
Instagram because she wanted to know where I was. and-
Yeah, I mean, because they constantly post, I'm like, oh, okay, where are you now?
Yeah,
Where are you today, what restaurant? So,
Mhm. That's what my mom
not
did,
that
she
I'm
called
a
me or
soccer
not.
mom, but I'm just saying. it's like-
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for
All right,
coming.
thanks so much.
Yeah, if you have any
Really
questions, just let us know.
Really appreciate it.
Okay, how do I get back? to my
Hey,
stuff?
so Rachel,
Yes,
so last question, sorry. So you don't have your
You showed up in here.
your dot realtor friend or your realtor friend is your personal Instagram.
it is, yeah. And then we have an Ellinger team, which is another one that only has like 100 followers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just looking at the two. And I love that yours is catchy, but mine's so, I mean, I've had mine for a really long time. So I'm, really creative, Gina Forbes.
Yeah, I know, Willie Monroe, you know, it's.
It's really catchy.
You can change your handle at any time. Like mine used to be Rellinger or something like that, and then my friend's mom just started calling me a realtor friend all the time, and I was like, I'm just gonna change this as soon as.
I love it.
So you can change yours, and people will still know who you are because it will still be your picture and your same content.
Right. Okay.
Showed
Okay.
up.
Yeah, and I have both. I have a personal page for Facebook and Insta and a realtor one. But I tend to, I just have had my personal one so much longer. I tend to gravitate there more.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of rethinking what you guys have been saying about just having everything on one page.
Yeah, and I mean, you can cross post, like share the same things to both, but I find
Yeah.
if I post, like, if you look at my posts, it's all just my personal stuff. I'll have like maybe a couple real estate posts on there that have like 10 likes, whereas my regular posts will have like almost 100. So I just get more interaction on there. But from the story point of view, it's almost all real estate because it's there for 24 hours, then it goes away. So it doesn't really like spam people's inbox. It's more like
Right.
if they want to learn about real estate, they know to click on my story.
That's a good point. I hadn't really thought of that since it goes away in a day.
Right. And it's not really like spammy towards people because people are interested in real estate, but they don't care enough for it to like see it all the time. They want to know like, oh, what am I doing on the weekend with my friends? But here she also is in real estate, so let's look at her story because something will come.
Right. Right. Yeah, I like that. And that also, I also like that it pops up on your Facebook page because a lot of my friends just, are more Facebook driven than
Yeah.
Instagram, and it has that little stories up at top. So
Exactly. Whereas we never do the Facebook because we don't have anybody on there. But
yeah,
but it's great that you can cross post that too.
exactly. Good point. Okay, great information. Thanks so much, you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Facebook story also.
Take care.
Bye.
But the story on Instagram doesn't go.
It does, yeah.
Oh, it does.
So,
You
but
can
yeah.
sync it to, it doesn't
Yeah.
have to go